Really excited to chop up some Broncos with you all this week.
Bourbon, Broncos, and no BS.
Orange Weekly. Is the time your favorite time of the week? We're not for the Raiders, Chargers, or Chiefs. So grab your brews in your fantasy league. We got that blue and orange blood that you bleed. The most loyal fans there ever could be. We are that Mile High Broncos country.
All right, what is going on, Broncos country? Hit those comments. Make sure they start coming in because we have a lot to talk about with the first half there in Denver. The Houston Texans, Denver Broncos tied 6-6. 2 trips to the red zone, 3 points both times. Lots of frustration. Clayton, welcome. Slow start. We're great to bounce back. Anthony, frustrated is the word of the halftime right now, I think, across Broncos country, whether you're there or you're sitting at home watching this game. There's a lot of frustration because everybody realizes the potential of these Denver Broncos, and man, we just cannot score to save our lives. We cannot get into the end zone. So, hey, welcome everybody. Hey, Clayton, thank you guys. Thank you all as always for the stars. Thank you guys so much for supporting. Clayton, really appreciate those stars coming in there through Facebook. Appreciate it. Hey guys, this is the Halftime Hash. We are the originators of the halftime show, the live halftime show here at Orange Weekly. I am here to run down your comments, not to tell you how I feel. So the more comments you get on me on here, the easier this whole thing goes. So I'm really excited to hear what you guys have to say, and I'll make sure to comment. Hard to watch this. Fred says hard to watch this offense. Yeah, it looks like for some reason we can drive decently in between the 20s, and once we get into the red zone, it's very, very difficult. Still a lot of slow moving on the offense with the new coaching staff, new quarterback. It's for some reason Russell Wilson still seems like he cannot get it under. He's 6 for 19. He's under 50% on the day. He just can't get his footing under him on a lot of things, and I think a lot of it is the new system. I'm not 100% sure, but 6 for 19 for 93 yards is not a good first half stat for him because Mills has 12 for 20, over 50% for the same amount, 93 yards. So we don't want to be compared to that guy when we're paying you $230 million. I think there's a lot of frustration there. Should have paid McManus the $250 million. Appreciate it, Kellen. Yeah, I mean he's clutch every single time. Obviously not kicking it from 64 yards, but getting down there on the inside the red zone and not scoring is just absolutely, yeah, Josh, 100%. Red zone offense is just playing awful. I don't know what's going on there. Shotgun, I don't know. I don't think we've gone under center once in the red zone. We finally gave the ball out of today. The 2 trips to red zone, we had 1 run and it got like 6 yards. And then for some reason didn't come back to it. Still trying to give him the passing numbers. Don't know. Yeah, Marcus, same thing. Hackett's afraid to run it in the red zone. Don't know why. He had a great run there for a little bit. Yeah, damn, we paid for this quarterback. Russell Wilson's going to get his feet under him. I'm not going to go throw him under the bus right now. He's going to get his feet under him. But 6 for 19 the first half against a rough Texans defense. Not too hot. I think there's a lot of things at play. I don't know if it's just Russell Wilson. I think a lot of it's the playbook and not understanding who the open guy is. First time head coach in Hackett trying to call the plays and be a head coach is difficult. Definitely the worst team in the division. Look, we have a tough division, and right now we're playing like the worst team. I'm not even going to argue that, Jesse. If you looked at the last 2 games, we're not playing so hot. But good news on this. Don't want to be totally negative. Last week we were looked pretty bad in the first half too. Second half came out, made some adjustments, and started scoring the ball. So that's great. Clayton, run the ball, play action. Yes, run the damn ball. Yes, I love it. Yeah, we need to run the ball more. We have running backs that are getting open and carrying the ball. Let's see, 7 carries, 46 yards for Williams. I'm not sure. Hold on, let me pull it up here, and I'll get you the total numbers for everybody here in a minute. But players need to catch the damn ball. Look, we had two drop passes that were pretty bad. Luckily, one of them One of them, there was a defensive penalty. There was a defensive holding. But yeah, there's some drop passes that are really rough on us. Blitzing more in the second half. I think our defense is honestly holding up pretty well. I don't want to be too negative on the defense. Also held them to 6 points. I don't think our defense is holding up terribly for the amount of injuries that they have as well. And we'll get to the injuries here in a minute. A little bit frustrating as Fred, as we get to those comments. Anemic players. Yep, Clayton, smash that like button. Make sure you're sharing. Run the ball, Victor says everything. And Fred, yeah, we're going to get that. Clayton says it too. Lost Judy. Injuries mounting up. Jerry Jeudy and Pat Surtain. I haven't heard anything back from Pat Surtain. If you guys have, make sure you hit that comment in there to let me know how Pat Surtain, if he's coming back in the game. But two very big stars on both sides of the field. Probably one of the two biggest stars on one on offense, one on defense. So those are difficult losses. Pat Surtain's a huge loss for the defense. Luckily, with the absence of Jerry Jeudy, we have Sutton is really stepping up. I think Sutton's playing a very, very good game day. 3 receptions, 66 yards on the day, including one to put us in the red zone there at the end of the half that we still couldn't score on. So unfortunate about that, but he's actually playing pretty well. It sucks that we lost Jeudy. Yeah, Clayton, agree. But we have the depth at wide receiver. I'm a little bit worried more at the depth at corner with the loss of Jeudy, but it looks like so far they're holding up. All right. It's crazy to think we're already talking about coaching. Yeah. I think we're already talking about coaching only because it is a new coaching staff. I don't think it's because, they're terrible, they're not doing their job. I just think it's a new coaching staff. We have to understand that sometimes we're going to be a little slower to start if the new coaching staff, new quarterback, everything together is kind of a new system. So just keep that in the back of your head. Not trying to give them full excuses. They're professionals, but at the same time, we got to give them a little more leeway than we would if we got Pete Carroll coming in to coach the play. So collarbone injury. He said something on the shoulder. I don't know if it was I haven't heard official. I just know it was a shoulder injury. That's the last thing I heard. If you guys heard anything else, make sure you hit the comment. I don't think he's a horrible play caller. I think part of it is play calling. Part of it is him and Russell Wilson not being on the same page on what the reads are. There's a couple times you have a wide receiver wide open in the middle of the field, and Russell's just not looking at it because I don't think the play book and Russell Wilson are on the same page yet 100%. I think for a lot of plays they are, but there's some of them that are not, and I think that's where we're getting kind of caught up. Clint Kubiak. Injuries hurting us. Yeah, injuries are rough. Run the ball. Love it. How do you try to establish run without running the ball? He has 7 carries for 46 yards. He's playing well. Jamal Williams is playing very, very well. Not sure why we're not running the ball more. Let's see. Melvin Gordon has 5 carries for 25 yards, averaging 5 yards per carry. Javonte Williams averaging 6.6 yards per carry. That end around DeMontrell Washington got 19 yards, so we got to keep running the ball. We could run the ball all day with those stats and score every single time, but we need to keep running the ball. I don't know why we keep trying to pass. 19 attempts in the first half without being down. Interesting to see. That puts us almost at 40 pass attempts on the day when we have a really good run game. Injuries concern, agree, Andrew. I'm just going to keep rolling down through, guys. Thank you guys so much for running with me. All right. Have to start. I don't think we're talking about the Hackett job yet. That's just me. I don't think we're talking about Hackett's job. I think he gets a full year at least to figure out what's going on with his plays. Give it to Javonte every single play. He's killing it, man. I agree. We got to run the ball. Kevin, I refuse to. Kevin's at the game, guys. That's why I'm doing halftime today. He's out there enjoying it. As you guys know, I'm on the fence. Not a fan of the Let's Ride. I think it's a little cheesy, but I'm sure he's going to make me say it eventually. He's pays me the big bucks to do this. So Wilson, his rainbow throws grown old already. Underthrows. Yeah, I think he doesn't look comfortable in the offense yet. That's for sure. Defense doing pretty good. Thanks, James. Appreciate it. Paul. From England, as always. We looked lost out there, not in the same page second half like the Seahawks game. Yeah, we need another second half like Seahawks game. Appreciate it, Paul. It's got to be, 2 o'clock in the morning over there? I appreciate you joining in for us, man. I haven't heard anything back from Surtain. I saw him go out. I'm going to see if I could pull something up for you guys, but I didn't hear anything at the end of the game about where Surtain's at and what his status is. Let's see if I could pull up something. I got nothing right now. Just questionable to return with a shoulder. Same thing that Jerry Jeudy had. So that's unfortunate. Open the playbook. Appreciate it. Injuries are killing us. Thanks, David. And give me a break. Not sure what comment that was on. Injuries happen, so next man up. Yeah, 100% next man up. I think we have depth at wide receiver. I hope cornerbacks can step it up as well. Neil Eiley, one of our OGs here. Broncos will play better second half. Raymond, don't think Happy needs to lose a job yet. Take the playbook out of his hands. Yeah, I think a lot of it, there's the combination of Russell Wilson and Nathaniel Hackett having the play calls. Not sure who's making the calls, but yeah, appreciate it. Thanks for the comment, Raymond. Dan, are we worried about Hackett yet? Nope. I'm just going to keep passing those ones, guys. Look, we can't be worried about whether or not our coaching staff's good. We're tied 6-6 against a rough team, but it's the second game of the season for a new coaching staff. Brand new young coaching staff for the record. All of our offense coordinators, defense coordinators, and head coach have not played in that position. I guess Nathaniel Hackett was an offense coordinator, but not in the same aspect as a head coach as well. So we got to give him a little bit of leeway, guys. Give him a little bit of time to get there. Get under the team. I've always liked Sutton. Sutton's playing a really good game, I think. I think Sutton's playing very, very well. He got a pass interference earlier, which is good. And then he got the ball to put us in the end zone that we couldn't score at the end of the half. Yep, there we go. It's not pretty, but just take any sort of win and then regroup. Yep, I agree 100%, Timmy. I think we're on the same page. New coach, new quarterback. Let them get their system together, and we'll see it play dividends towards the end of the season. A few screenplays again. Short passes are getting Russ settled down. Agreed, 100%, Clayton. I think the short stuff is what worked against Seattle. It's driving the ball at least, not getting in the end zone, but driving the ball. So we got to get back to that. Okay. Keep giving Sutton the ball and Williams. 100%. Thank you, Terry. Marcus. Yep, too much new. Give it time. Got to give it time. Appreciate it, Marcus. Takes time with the code. Looks like we're all on the same page, guys. I love it. Thank you so much, James. We're all on the same page. So a lot of us are on the same page. Give it time. Take a breath. This isn't a much needed thing. Everyone needs to relax. Thank you, Nicole. Past 80% of time is a problem, one-dimensional. Yeah, there is times where I'm wondering why we're passing the ball. A lot of it in the red zone. Some of it 3rd and 1, 2nd and 2, 2nd and 1. I get you want to take the play action, but if you don't have a run game to establish, there's no play action there. 80% of the time passing right now. I don't know if they're just trying to get the ball in Russell's hand because they're paying him. I'd be interested to hear what the status is because I know a lot of people are asking to run the ball after last week specifically. I mean, we're let me pull up those stats again. It was something like 5 and 6 yards per carry for the running backs. Yeah, 6 yards and 5 yards per carry for the running backs. If you're getting 5 and 6 yards every time, you got to give the ball up. All right, something needs to happen. Let's go Broncos. Ashton, I appreciate it. I think they're going to bounce back really well in the second half. Injuries are starting to be a major issue. Yeah, and hey, guys, make sure you guys are joining on Orange Weekly After Dark. Jason gives a real good rundown, and he's of the belief that the reason that these injuries are piling up is because of lack of play time, lack of full speed in the preseason, and a lot of these are the muscular injuries that are happening because they're not warm. And make sure you guys join Jason Orange Weekly After Dark on Monday nights to hear his take on that from the athletic trainer standpoint. So, Nicole, especially fans of the game, they need to chill the boos. It's only the second game. Yeah, I agree. Kevin, if you're hearing me, make sure you tell everybody in that stadium. Make sure you're letting them know to chill the boos. Like, I know it sucks. We had 2 penalties back to back. It was really rough. For that false start was tough. But booing does not seem like it's going to be very productive. I know everyone's frustrated, but you're right. I don't think we need to keep booing. I think that was the whole point of Russell Wilson coming back home for the first time, not getting booed. What do you think will happen when we play Chiefs? Yeah, that's a conversation for another day. I think right now we got to focus on the second half of this game, but I'm not going to mess up your name, man. I assume it's George with an X. Sorge. Not sure how you pronounce that, but yeah, let's. If you join us on the Tuesday night shows before the Broncos play the Chiefs, we will go very in depth. It's going to be very difficult if we keep playing like this. We are not going to be able to keep up with guys like the Chiefs, or the Chargers, or anybody in our division the way we've played that first half. Afraid of the end zone. Take play calls away from in the end zone. All right, Daniel, I appreciate it. Still working project for Denver. James, run. Somebody else needs to call the offensive play. Russ and Hacker on the verge of being booed out of the stadium. Yeah, I'm not sure who else would take those calls, but yeah. Oh, it's just late, Paul. I appreciate it. Out in England, it's 11 p.m. Thanks for staying up with us. Appreciate it, brother. $300 to have seen this poor execution. I'd probably be booing as well. Okay, yeah, I get it. I'm going to skip that one. How is Russ playing like a rookie? He's totally nervous in the backfield. He does look super nervous out there. Very frustrating. So I don't know what's going on with Russell. I don't know why he looks so nervous as he is. All right, time to trade everyone to rebuild. Yeah, not going that far. Whoever said the D's playing good, check yourself. I mean, they have 6 total points. They have less than 150 yards. There's 93 yards over the air, 39 yards on the ground. And one reception for a deep reception to Brandon Cooks. I think, honestly, the defense is playing pretty decent. They only have six yards. So I'm just going to say that. Very frustrating. I think that's the key for this halftime. Texans are one of the worst teams. We will be dead last in the AFC. Yeah, if we keep playing this one. Clayton, appreciate the shout out. Yeah, so solos are rough, but I appreciate your guys' comments because it makes this go by so much easier. All right, Javonte needs to be asked for a trade to a winning team. I think once we start playing him, once we start giving him the ball, I think it's going to look a lot better for everybody. At least you get the ball to start second half. Yep, if we could drive down, score in the second half, get the momentum in Denver, that'd be awesome. We need to set up play action. Agreed, Chad. Thank you so much. Special teams is playing well. Yeah, let's talk about Williams. Returner, Washington, playing very well. I think he's getting at least 19, 20 yards per return. He looks like he's actually returning the ball. The special teams are looking pretty well, which is something we haven't seen in a very, very long time. My visor, I don't know. I probably threw it at the TV at one point. I'm not sure what. I don't know if I have another one in here. I'm not sure what I did with it. I think I threw it at the TV at one point. It got kind of intense there. If you're going slow today, just to make you happy, go Visor. Don't worry, it's just for it's still puffball team. No, go team Visor. Appreciate you guys. All right, looks like game's back on. We're coming back in there. Look, second half, game's back on. I think that's what my daughter was banging on the TV on the door there for. If you heard it, I think she was letting me know it is time. The game is back on. We're ready to go. Broncos get the ball. We're missing 3 of our 4 best route outs. Joey says with the absence of Hamler and Judy. It's rough. Let's just get back out there. Denver Broncos get the ball. Let's drive the ball down, win this game, and go home with a W and start looking on to next week. So, hey, guys, thank you guys so much for joining me here on the Halftime Hash. I really appreciate it. As always, I'm going to end this off on a very strong Go Broncos.